About a 16th of a mile before the start of tonight's first race, here they come. And they're off and pacing from in between horses. B47 going right to the lead. On the far outside, Dual Golden Nugget comes away with early position. It's B47, your leader, a length around the first turn. Dual Golden Nugget drops in nicely second. J.E. Big Red pacing third. Skip to Applause is racing in fourth. Broadway Flair in fifth. A gap to favored Mohawk. 3 lengths back to Fisher Road. And at the end, it's Fire the Cannon. They're in single file. They race for the opening quarter. And your leader is B47, a tight length. They go by the opening quarter, 29-1. B47 leads a length and a quarter. Dual Golden Nugget is right there in second. J.E. Big Red with the leaders in third. Broadway Flair is underway first over in fourth. Skip to Applause saves ground fifth. Favorite Mohawk will follow the cover of Broadway Flair. He's now second over, moving up fifth. Skip to Applause, shuffled back sixth. Fisher Road is on the move, and at the end, it's Fire the Cannon. The second tier now takes formation. They race for the half. It's B47. Under a tight rein to Randy Jacobs, 3 parts of a length, the half a minute and a fifth. B47 leads 3 parts of a length. He'll now feel pressure from Broadway Flair. He's first over second. Dual Golden Nugget getting the ideal trip in third. Favorite Mohawk is on the move with cover in fourth. J.E. Big Red will need racing room. Fisher Road is on the move third over to the inside of him. Skip to Applause, and now driving from last, Fire the Cannon. They race for the final quarter. B47 leads a length. In between horses, it's Broadway Flair now 3 off the rail. It's favorite Mohawk, 3/4, 130 straight. It's B47 on top, a length and a quarter. Favorite Mohawk now up to challenge second. On the inside, Broadway Flair racing in third. Dropping back sharply is Dual Golden Nugget. J.E. Big Red is shuffled all the way back to last. Around the turn, they're in the stretch. B47 leads by 2. Favorite Mohawk is out for the drive. They're in deep stretch. B47 is under a drive. Broadway Flair on the inside. Favorite Mohawk. B47 from start to finish. Broadway Flair second, very close for third. Down. 6, 5, 1, 2, 3 dead heat. 8. Top of the turn. Here they come. They're off and pacing. It's Flaming Stewart from in between horses off quickly for the lead. On the inside, it's R. Luke, and on the outside, Personal Property now drives up for position. It's Flaming Stewart, your leader, by 2 1/4. R. Luke racing in second. Personal Property on the outside gains third. Horse Be Good came away fourth, a length and a half. Illini Boomer pacing in fifth. Fox Valley Ambush racing in sixth. And at the end, it's Our Lucky Fella. They race for the opening quarter, and your leader is Flaming Stewart by 2. Personal Property is on the move. They go by the opening quarter, 29 flat. Now it's Personal Property on the outside up to get the lead. Flaming Stewart will yield in second. R. Luke is with the leaders in third. A gap of 6 to Horse Be Good racing in fourth. Illini Boomer pacing in fifth. And sixth, it's Fox Valley Ambush, and at the end, Our Lucky Fella. They race by the stands for the first time. Laverne Hostetler has Personal Property on top by 3. It's Personal Property on a comfortable lead by 2 1/4. Flaming Stewart now cuts that gap in second. 4 lengths back to Our Luke racing in third. Then a gap of about 10 to Fox Valley Ambush racing in fourth. Horse Be Good drops back, and on the move, Our Lucky Fella. They have 58-1. An honest pace. Personal Property leads by 2 1/4. Flaming Stewart is right there in second. R. Luke with the leaders in third. A gap, Fox Valley Ambush now gains in fourth. Far back, Horse Be Good, Our Lucky Fella, and Illini Boomer. But now Personal Property opens up the lead by 4. It's Personal Property and Laverne Hostetler. They glide to a 5-length lead, 3/4, 128-2. The battle now for second is Personal Property, now opening up the lead with every stride. It's Personal Property, your leader by 10. Flaming Stewart racing second. R. Luke comes on third. Fox Valley Ambush racing in fourth. Around the turn, and Personal Property leads by 15. Personal Property is all by himself. The battle for second, R. Luke, Flaming Stewart, and Fox Valley Ambush. Personal Property wins in a romp. R. Luke racing second. A late move, Fox Valley Ambush. R. Luke second, Fox Valley Ambush third. Fields in the stretch. Here they come. They're off and pacing. It's Garusum out quickly for the lead, joined by Cavalryman. Garusum and Cavalryman, these two now vie for position. On the inside, it's Cavalryman. On the outside, it's Garusum. Now Cavalryman will row clear to lead a length. Garusum will tuck in second. Peter Don't came away third, a gap of 4-2. Early Honor pacing in fourth. Classic Carson is racing in fifth, 3 lengths back to Nedsbit. Racing in sixth, Brave New World is seventh, and Hey Hey Jose is at the end. They're strung out. They roll by the opening quarter, the quarter 28-1, and your leader now, Cavalryman, opens up a 5-length lead. Garusum racing in second, Peter Don't pacing with the leaders third. Early Honor is on patient fourth. Classic Carson racing in fifth. Nedsbit is racing in sixth. On the move from last, Hey Hey Jose, and now shuffled back, it's Brave New World. They pass by the stands for the first time. Dave McGee has Cavalryman on top by 3. Garusum now cuts into that gap second. Peter Don't is on the move first over third. They go by the half, 58-1. Cavalryman leads by 2 1/4. Garusum racing in second. Peter Don't is a patient third. Early Honor racing in fourth. Classic Carson is fifth. Nedsbit racing in sixth. On the inside, Brave New World saves ground, and Hey Hey Jose is at the end. 3/8 of a mile to pace. Cavalryman leads a tight length. Peter Don't now up to challenge second. It's Peter Don't on the outside. Cavalryman on the inside. Garusum is right there in third. In between horses, Early Honor now moving up 3 wide. Classic Carson 3/4, 128-2. Now Peter Don't powers into the lead a length. Here's Classic Carson. Now Classic Carson up to challenge Peter Don't for the lead. These two now pull away from the field. It's Peter Don't, your leader, 3 parts of a length. Classic Carson on the outside second. From far back, Nedsbit moves up. Around the turn, they're in the stretch. It's Peter Don't on the inside. Classic Carson on the outside. Peter Don't digs in. Classic Carson on the outside driving. Classic Carson on the outside, maybe. Very close for the win between Peter Don't and Classic Carson. It can go either way. There's 5. Bottom the mile, 157-3. Here they come. They're off. It's Mr. Anthony from between horses, joined by Courageous Falcon. On the inside, both Keystone Throng and Mighty Mike now move through. It's Mighty Mike on the inside, your leader, 3 parts of a length. Keystone Throng racing second. Mr. Anthony on the outside, racing in third. Justamini came away fourth. Courageous Falcon is pacing in fifth. Jet Class racing in sixth. In seventh, it's Sat's Best, and at the end, Varsity Type. They battle on top as they race for the opening quarter, and on the inside, it's Mighty Mike, the challenger, Mr. Anthony. Opening quarter, a quick 27-1. Now, Mr. Anthony on the outside will take the lead. Mighty Mike will yield in second. Keystone Throng is right with the leaders in third. Then a gap 2. Justamini pacing in fourth. Here comes Jet Class on the outside, ranging up in fifth. Courageous Falcon racing in sixth. Sat's Best in seventh, and at the end, Varsity Type. They race for the half, and Mr. Anthony, your new leader, by 2 1/4. Keystone Throng is now underway second. He'll face the breeze. They go by the half, 57 straight. It's Keystone Throng on the outside, Mr. Anthony on the inside. Mighty Mike is right there under a snug hold, racing in third. On the outside, Justamini moves up with cover. They race down the backstretch for the final time, and Keystone Throng now just powers into the lead. It's Keystone Throng. Under a hand drive, leads by 2. Mr. Anthony retreats in second. Justamini on the outside, gains in third. Jet Class racing in fourth. Along the inside, Mighty Mike is shuffled back. Varsity Type now on the move. 3/4, 126-1. Now, Keystone Throng opens up the lead by 4. It's Keystone Throng by 5. On the inside, Justamini retreats second. Varsity Type now shakes loose and gains third. Around the turn, they're in the stretch. Keystone Throng is all by himself. A late move by Varsity Type with a 16th of a mile to pace. Keystone Throng comfortably will win another here at Maywood Park. Keystone Throng by 5. Varsity Type second. The battle for second, Mighty Mike may have gotten up for third.
Horses are on the track for tonight's 5th race.
Here they come. They're off and pacing. It's Thrifty Nickel on the outside, Broadway's Brother, and on the far outside, Dino Hill now drives for position. It's Broadway's Brother between horses. On the inside, Thrifty Nickel, and now on the outside, it's Dino Hill off stride in that first turn, Broadway's Brother. And Dino Hill on the outside leads 3 parts of a length. Thrifty Nickel holds the inside, racing in second. Then 3 length the gap to Short Supply, pacing in third. Sonny Anzio came away fourth. A gap of 6 to Trident Hanover. Then comes Let's Go, back on stride but far back. Broadway's Brother opening quarter 28-1. Your leader Dino Hill by 2 1/4. Thrifty Nickel right there second. Short Supply with the leader's third. Sonny Anzio racing in fourth. Trident Hanover paces up in fifth. Let's Go now catches the pack in sixth, and far back Broadway's Brother. They race by the 8th pole for the first time, and it is Dino Hill, your leader, by a length and a quarter. Now Sonny Anzio. Sonny Anzio on the outside, pressures Dino Hill, and now Sonny Anzio will get the lead as they race by the half, 59 seconds flat. Dave McGee puts Sonny Anzio on top by 2. Dino Hill racing in second. Trident Hanover is on the move in third. Thrifty Nickel saves ground fourth. Short Supply racing in fifth. Let's Go in far back Broadway's Brother. They've got 3/8 of a mile to pace. Sonny Anzio pacing comfortably by 2 1/4. Dino Hill now under slight urging in second. Here comes Trident Hanover. He's on the move in third. Also coming on Short Supply. They've got 1/4 of a mile to pace, and Sonny Anzio's the one to catch. It's Sonny Anzio by a length. Trident Hanover now rushes up to challenge second. Dino Hill racing in third. Short Supply picks up cover for this final 1/4 of a mile. Around the turn, Sonny Anzio digs in. Trident Hanover is coming to him. They've got 1/8 of a mile to pace. Sonny Anzio on a short lead. Trident Hanover is right alongside. Around the turn, they're in the stretch. Now Trident Hanover just goes on by. Trident Hanover opens up the lead by 3. Sonny Anzio pacing second. Short Supply in third. Trident Hanover in hand wins it by 2. Sonny Anzio second. Short Supply third.
Horses are coming on the track 5 minutes.
Here they come. They're off and pacing. It's Brookless Shalico on the inside. In between horses, Little Bird Willie. Come Close came away well. It's Brookless Shalico, your leader into the first turn. A length, Little Bird Willie. Racing in second. Come Close pacing in third. In fourth, it's Cy Scooter. Dynamic Trip came away well. Fifth, racing in sixth on the inside. Ancient Irish. Be Reasonable is on the move in seventh. And at the end, the Terry Shuffle. They race for the opening quarter. Your leader, Brookless Shalico, a length and a quarter. Little Bird Willie is right there in second, opening quarter time 28-4. Your leader is Brooklyn Shalico by a length. Little Bird Willie right there in second. Come Close is with the leader's third. Cy Scooter racing in fourth. Be Reasonable is on the move on the outside fifth. Dynamic Trip is shuffled sixth. In seventh, the Terry Shuffle now shuffled back to last. Ancient Irish. Here they are. They pass by the stands for the first time. Brooklyn Shalico under a tight hold to driver Homer Hochstetler. Brooklyn Shalico leads by a length and a quarter. Little Bird Willie right there in second. Now Cy Scooter moves around a tiring horse and tucks in behind third. Be Reasonable now On the inside, racing in fourth, the half 58-1. It's Brooklet Shalico, your leader a length. Little Bird Willie is right there in second. Cy Scooter now on the move in third. Be Reasonable picks up cover on the outside fourth. The Terry Shuffle is within striking range. Ancient Irish, far back, Dynamic Trip, and now stopping badly, come close. It's Brooklet Shalico. In top gear, Brooklet Shalico by 2. Cy Scooter tries to gain on the outside, 3/4, 127-3. Brooklet Shalico now opens up by 2. Cy Scooter. He digs in second. On the inside, Little Bird Willie racing in third. Be Reasonable is pacing in fourth. But for the final eighth of a mile, it's Brooklet Shalico, your leader by 3. Around the turn, they're in the stretch. Brooklet Shalico leads by 2. Be Reasonable, a late move on the outside. In between horses, Cy Scooter. Brooklet Shalico under a drive. Here comes Be Reasonable. Brooklet Shalico holds safe at the wire. Be Reasonable second. Close for third. Cy Scooter maybe. Fields in the stretch. Nearing the start. They're off and pacing. It's Master Sean on the inside going right to the lead. Fighting Major moves right with him second. Scotch Raven came away third. Popsicle is racing in fourth. In fifth, My Kingpin. And at the end, it's Cerrone Lobel. They race around the turn. It's Master Sean, your leader length, but here's Scotch Raven. Now it's Scotch Raven up to challenge Master Sean for the lead. These two are stride for stride. They race for the opening quarter, and now Scotch Raven will clear to lead by the quarter a length in 27-3. Master Sean will gladly take the trip in second. Fighting Major, last week's free-for-all winner, racing in third. In fourth, it's Popsicle. Then comes My Kingpin, and at the end, Cerrone Lobel, but he's only about 8 off the top. They're well bunched. They race around the turn. Your leader is Scotch Raven by a length and a quarter. Master Sean is content to sit there second. Fighting Major saves ground third. Popsicle will now go the difficult trip first over fourth. On the outside, My Kingpin is second over with cover. And on the move from last, Cerrone Lobel, the half, 56-2. The fast pace continues. Scotch Raven leads a length and a quarter. Popsicle will now prompt the pace in second. Master Sean right there in third. My Kingpin is moving up with pace in fourth. On the inside, racing in fifth, it's Fighting Major. And Cerrone Lobel, now he's third over. 3 in, 3 out. Only 3 lengths from top to bottom. Your leader is Scotch Raven. Popsicle is right alongside second. Master Sean third. On the outside, racing in fourth, My Kingpin, 3/4, 126 straight. On the outside, it's Popsicle. On the inside, it's Scotch Raven. These two are stride for stride. My Kingpin now moves 3 off the rail. He's set for the drive. Around the turn, final eighth of a mile. Scotch Raven digs in. Popsicle going a big heat here between horses. My Kingpin is rolling down the stretch. It's Popsicle. Now My Kingpin. It's Popsicle between horses. My Kingpin on the outside. These two pull away. Popsicle on the inside. My Kingpin on the outside, too close to call. 7th race rundown, 6, 3, 5, 2, 1, 4 on the bottom. Repeating the time for the mile, 1:55 flat. Maywood's 8th race, Perfecta. Field is now about a 1/16 of a mile away before the start. Here they come. They're off and pacing, almost Sunday out quickly between horses. On the inside, French Rebel, Test of Wits came away well. It's almost Sunday now into a 2-length lead. On the inside, French Rebel racing second. Do What You Do well now moves up for position in third. Test of Wits racing in fourth. Rorty JB pacing in fifth. Wilco's Joker is racing in sixth. Walt Skipper, and at the end, Don's Blast. Now it's Do What You Do well up to challenge almost Sunday for the lead. It's Do What You Do well now taking the lead by the quarter, 28-2. Do What You Do well leads by a length and a quarter. Almost Sunday will yield in second. French Rebel pacing in third. Test of Wits is with the leaders in fourth. A gap to Rorty JB pacing in fifth. Wilco's Joker racing in sixth. Then comes Walt Skipper and Don's Blast. It's Do What You Do Well, your leader, by a length and a quarter. Almost Sunday is right there in second. Now Test of Wits drives first over third. On the inside, French Rebel under a snug hold racing in fourth. Rorty JB will follow the cover of Test of Wits. They go by the half, 58-2. Do What You Do Well leads a length and a quarter. Test of Wits now will prompt the pace in second. On the inside, Almost Sunday racing in third. We have a horse down on the track. Ambulance to the paddock turn, please. Ambulance to the paddock turn. We have a horse down on the track. They race for the 3/4, and Do What You Do Well leads a length and a quarter. Off stride, Rorty JB. We have a loose horse scooting down the backstretch. We have a loose horse on the track, gentlemen. Do What You Do Well leads 3/4 of a length. On the outside, Test of Wits racing in second. Almost Sunday pacing in third. Don's Blast racing in fourth. Rorty JB in fifth. Around the turn, they're in the stretch. Here they come. It's Do What You Do Well on a short lead. Test of Wits on the far outside. Now it's Test of Wits, your leader, as they race down the stretch. Test of Wits leads Do What You Do Well. Almost Sunday. Test of Wits leads it and wins it. Close for second. Almost Sunday or Do What You Do Well. Now there are no changes. 487. Fields at the top of the turn. Here they come. They're off. 46 extra long away quickly for the lead. On the inside, it's Lunar Surprise and Buckler's Hard. Now it's Buckler's Hard, your leader into the first turn. A length and a quarter. Lunar Surprise racing in second. 50 North now comes through third. 46 extra long takes back. Will tuck in fourth. On the inside, racing in fifth, that's Tricky Victor. Then comes Batlin BG, Real Special, and Frank Henry. Now they're single file. They race for the opening quarter. Your leader, Buckler's Hard, a length and a quarter. Lunar Surprise right there in second. They go by the opening quarter, 28-4. Your leader is Buckler's Hard, a length and a quarter. Lunar Surprise right there in second. 46 extra long is underway, racing first over third. On the inside, 50 North saves ground fourth. Tricky Victor is on the move. Batlin BG, Frank Henry, and Real Special. Around the turn, they curve into the stretch the first time, and your leader is Buckler's Hard by a length and a quarter. 46 extra long now, a patient second. Lunar Surprise is right there in third. Tricky Victor is second over with cover in fourth. Batlin BG's on the move, and on the inside, it's 50 North. They go by the half, 58-2. Buckler's Hard leads a length and a quarter. 46 extra long now. Moves up alongside second. Lunar Surprise right there in third. Tricky Victor is on the outside with pace in fourth. 50 North along the inside, racing in fifth. Then Batlin BG, Frank Henry now moves up three wide and shuffled back to the end. Real Special. They race for the final quarter. Buckler's Hard leads 3/4 of a length. Now three wide, Tricky Victor in between horses, 46 extra long, 3/4, 127-4. Buckler's Hard, your leader a length. Tricky Victor now challenging on the outside second. Lunar Surprise racing in third, dropping back, 46 extra long. They've got an eighth of a mile to pace. Buckler's Hard leads 3/4 of a length. Lunar Surprise looks for race room. 50 North is now on the move. Down the stretch they race. It's Buckler's Hard on the inside. Tricky Victor on the outside. On the inside, Lunar Surprise. Buckler Hard digs in very close for the win between three horses. Buckler's Hard, Tricky Victor, and Lunar Surprise. Field moves around the turn. Picking up speed. Here they come. They're off and pacing at Stonehouse. John Boy out quickly for the lead. In between horses, captain of the ship, Tyler B. Sweet came away well. Now it's captain of the ship. Your leader, 3 parts of a length. Stonehouse John Boy rushes up alongside to challenge second. Tyler B. Sweet racing in third. In fourth as they race around the turn, Loyalty Ranger. Ben racing in fifth. In sixth, Haughty Prince. In seventh, Mr. Dignitary. And at the end, Osborne's Tyler B. They race for the opening quarter, and captain of the ship turns back an early challenge, draws clear to lead a length and a quarter, a quick 27-4. It's captain of the ship, your leader by a length and a half, Tyler B. Sweet, racing second. On the inside, it's Stonehouse John Boy, pacing with the leaders third. On the move first over, racing in fourth, Loyalty Ranger. Haughty Prince is on the move with cover. They race around the turn, and here's captain of the ship. He leads by a length and a half. Tyler B. Sweet racing in second. On the outside, Loyalty Ranger will go to the difficult trip in third. Haughty Prince is second over with cover in fourth. Stonehouse John Boy is shuffled fifth. On the move, Mr. Dignitary. They go by the half, 58 seconds flat. Your leader, captain of the ship, leads 3 parts of a length. On the outside, Loyalty Ranger. Well, pressure in second. Tyler B. Sweet under a snug hold right there in third. Mr. Dignitary now bids 3 wide in fourth. Between horses, Haughty Prince. 3/8 of a mile to pace. Captain of the ship. Well rated. On top a half length. In between horses, Loyalty Ranger. Mr. Dignitary is 3 off the rail. Tyler B. Sweet is full of pace, but nowhere to go. 3/4, 127-3. Captain of the ship on a short lead. Mr. Dignitary on the outside. Tyler B. Sweet is set to pounce in third. Around the turn, captain of the ship leads a length. Tyler B. Sweet looks for racing room. In between horses, Loyalty Ranger and Mr. Dignitary. Around the turn, they're in the stretch. Captain of the ship leads by 2. Here comes Tyler B. Sweet. Captain of the ship digs in. Captain of the ship well rated by McGee to win it a half length over Tyler B. Sweet. Close for third, Mr. Dignitary. Clubhouse turn. Here they come. They're off and pacing. It's OK's No Bull in between horses. Far outside, Phantom moves up for position. And on the inside, Carolina Hurricane. OK's No Bull now powers into the lead. Opens up by 2. Carolina Hurricane racing second. Always OK. Pacing third. Phantom is on the move in fourth. Cash Chips came away fifth. Wallstone Bridge. And at the end, Lion Sleeps Tonight. They race midway down the backstretch for the first time. Your leader is OK's No Bull. 3 parts of a length. Now Phantom up to challenge OK's No Bull. And now take the lead as they race by the quarter, 28-2. Your new leader is Phantom. Phantom leads a length. OK's No Bull right there second. Carolina Hurricane with the leaders in third. Cash Chips is on the move in fourth. Always OK, pacing in fifth. And sixth, Wall Stonebridge. And at the end, it's Lion Sleeps Tonight. They race around the turn. Your leader, Phantom, now by 3 parts of a length. On the outside, Carolina Hurricane now up to challenge. Now it's Carolina Hurricane on the outside to put a neck in front. Phantom battles back. They go by the half, 57-3. Carolina Hurricane is your new leader by 2. Phantom right there in second. Cash Chips going a difficult trip in third. On the inside, OK's No Bull racing in fourth. Always OK is second over with cover and in striking position. Then comes Wall Stonebridge, and at the end, Lion Sleeps Tonight. 4 in, 3 out. They race for the final quarter. Carolina Hurricane on top, a tight length. Cash Chips pressures second. Phantom right there third. Always OK racing in fourth. Wall Stonebridge now 3 off the rail and making up ground on the far outside. 127 flat. Carolina Hurricane now advances at will. Carolina Hurricane opens up the lead by 2. Phantom racing in second. The trip begins to take its toll on Cash Chips. Around the turn, they're in the stretch. Carolina Hurricane now opening up the lead with every stride. It's Carolina Hurricane in deep stretch. Your leader by 4. The battle for second. Phantom and Wall Stonebridge. It's Carolina Hurricane in front. Phantom second. Very close for third between Wall Stonebridge and OK's No Bull.